What's up, folks? This is Acid Roots. So I'm going to talk to you guys about Eminem and Eminem's ex-wife, Kim Scott. This is just going to be like a quick vlog. So basically, Kim has had a couple suicide attempts. I've noticed this is not the first time she's tried to kill herself. She had another time. I don't remember when it was, but she was like in a car and she tried running into a tree and she injured herself like that. And then also she might have had more suicide attempts besides that. I think she had one like in 2005 or 2006, something like that. I mean, she's had multiple ones. So I do kind of feel like, for the sake of like Eminem fandom, you would think that getting this the proper attention would be a good idea, because I don't know how many suicide attempts you can have before you finally go under. That's the thing. So Kim basically just had a suicide attempt just like late July, early August, and she like slashed her legs and was bleeding away in a bathtub and had a suicide note and got into a fight with the police when they showed up to kind of try to resuscitate her and stuff. So she basically had a suicide note, and it seemed like Kim's mother just died. I looked up the information, so Kim's mother just died. But the main point that I would try to get across is some of this is Eminem needs to kind of step in and kind of see to it. I mean, not just on like the rehab tip saying, okay, well, we're going to get her some mighty good rehab, but actually something that would kind of seem like something feasible to kind of help out. I don't know if like Haley, I don't know where Haley is in kind of the mix of all that and what she thinks of the situation, but you'd almost think like, I don't know. I mean, I would even have to say like random text or something like that, some sort of text. Or I mean, you'd have to look at it and you just would have to wonder like how out of place Kim is at this stage as to whether or not she listens to logic anymore and that sort of stuff. I mean, you just would think Eminem could just bring up some memories from like 20 years ago and say blah blah blah, you know, let me take you out to like for spaghetti or some shit like that. You just would kind of think just some substandard stuff. I don't know. I mean, you just would think, being parents, you'd kind of have speaking terms as to being able to speak the language of hooking up something to kind of have some conversation again. That's kind of the situation that goes along with that. I would almost think that that's probably what Eminem needs to do. I think he needs to step in and kind of. I mean, I know obviously that sounds kind of cheesy to say, oh, he needs to step in, but you get the idea of like, obviously the important factor is just trying to say the multiple suicide attempts that she's kind of had. I mean, I don't know how many people can say, oh, I've had 16 suicide attempts. I mean, eventually it's going to start to strike home and strike oil, and then that's just going to be it. And Kim's going to lose the mother of his only child, or at least his only maid child. So that just kind of happens to be the situation. You just would have to kind of look at it just to kind of say, just getting some of that extra effort in and buying her like, just whatever. You just would have to think about it, buying her like her favorite movie or some shit like that. I don't know. Some sort of shit, getting her like a bracelet, some diamond bracelet, something like that. I mean, honestly, I can't. I mean, really, the way that some of these Eminem songs kind of talk down upon Kim, you would almost wonder what makes her tick to begin with, because you wonder if it's really like she's kind of bipolar or whatever the hell's going on. I mean, I get the feeling she probably likes diamonds like every other woman out there does. So it's just kind of is like, let me just book you a trip to Australia and, have some escargot, and let me buy you a diamond necklace and, a book on psychology, and you'd be basically good and back on your feet. That is kind of the situation. I don't know. I mean, you know, obviously that's just kind of the scenario as far as like the intervening piece, but I just would kind of have to say, um, I almost wonder what some folks would actually think, and this kind of is like taking a tweet at Eminem, kind of getting that to the attention. You just wonder if like it is reaching like national attention, or if this is just kind of circulating kind of in like the trenches of like hip hop. That's because I think it does need to be more national as far as that's concerned, considering that as large as Eminem is, you would think that that would make his wife kind of as large as that. Obviously, like Dr. Dre was just in the news, and he had like his ex-wife was trying to ask for like $300 million or whatever from his divorce. So it's kind of the same thing. Kim's kind of the same note. I mean, that's kind of the same situation. So got to take care of these, chicas out there, and I suppose we could call Kim Scott a queen. I mean, she is. She's been cannon fodder for Eminem for the past 25 years. So it's kind of like, yeah, can't let her fuck around. Obviously, the main situation is that her mother just died, so that's a whole nother factor. That's kind of something that goes along with that. So you gotta, it's time to pick up the pace a bit.